So it's Halloween today, and no matter how busy I am with work, I always try and make time to carve a pumpkin. Very, very simple, just a little face, not too big a pumpkin, but I do like to just have half an hour where I can do that. So I'm just going to show you what I do, okay? Okay, so I'm going to start carving my pumpkin now. So I need to take the top off first, so I just use, it's quite a sharp kitchen knife. I don't want it to be too low down because I want to carve a face in the front. Only very, very simple. I don't do anything fancy. So you're all going to start going, oh, aren't you, health and safety? Because I'm using a sharp knife. But just kind of work my way around the top. And hopefully get to the point where I meet the line that I started. Right, lift that out. Okay. And then I just use a spoon to carve all the insides out. You can buy special tools, can't you? And I think for a while as well, I used to use like an ice cream scoop. But to be honest, just this is an old, in fact, this was my mum's tablespoon. But just a tablespoon will do. And you're just really sort of getting all that loose flesh out from inside. Okay, so that's all the inners out now. So I'm going to move over onto my kitchen worktop so that I can see, so it's a little bit higher up so that I can see to start carving the face. So I'm going to start by carving the eyes in. I do mine by eye. I don't draw my face or draw a face onto the pumpkin first. When the children were little and we used to do a pumpkin each, I used to get them to draw a face on with a felt tip pen, and then it just used to rub off after they'd, well, I used to carve it after they'd drawn it on, but we got some really great faces, you can imagine, can't you, when they'd drawn whatever it was that they wanted onto the pumpkin. So I'm going to just do 2 triangle eyes first of all. So I'm going to sort of make sure that I want them sort of on the front here. So I'm going to go fairly high here, and I'm just going to go like that. And then hopefully that triangle should pop out. Just give it a little bit more of a, there we go, that's one. And then the other one, I'm a bit sad, aren't I, really? Don't have any children at home anymore. And you know, I used to carve pumpkins before I even had children. Oh dear. I think again, you know, it's those autumn colours, isn't it? And just making something. Okay, so there are my eyes. If any of those little stringy bits start to appear inside, you can just sort of go back and get the spoon and scrape those out. So I'm going to do a little nose as well, and I sort of want that here, and I'm going to do that the opposite way around. So I'm going to go do my long line at the top, and then So this is a slightly smaller triangle. And then hopefully that will pop out as well. There we go. And then I'm just going to do a mouth. I think I'm going to try and put maybe a tooth or two into it as well. So I'm going to go down there, and then I'm going to make a slight rectangular shape there, which looks a little bit like a tooth, and hope that doesn't snap off. Bring it back up the side like that, and then I think maybe we'll try for a tooth here as well. So I'm going to cut that bit out and get rid of that. These little bits as well I do save, and I'll make, because I've got some more pumpkins outside, I'll make I don't know, some sort of soup or stew or something with it. In fact, I'm going to take that a little bit higher. There, like that. And then we can cut that one like that. And I'm going to turn that on its side a little bit, and then bring that back down there like that. It just needs cutting off a little bit there. Pull that out. There we go. He's got a really wonky smile, hasn't he? I like that. A pumpkin with character, a jack-o'-lantern with character. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm just sort of trimming down some bits inside, so you can sort of see quite a bit of the flesh on the inside bits. I'm just sort of cutting little bits away. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. Let's get that bit out there, so that it's not blocking off too much of that candle light. And then my spoon's over on the table still, so I'm just going to use this knife, look, just to get some more of that stringy stuff out. There we go. Oh, there's still a seed in there, but that'll be fine. So I'm just going to take that a little bit higher as well again, just so it's not quite as wonky. If you know me by now, you know I don't really do wonky. Okay, I think that will do. Possibly a little bit higher. I'm just going to have to, I think it might annoy me that it's not quite not quite level. There we go. There we go, that's better. That's much better. Okay. And then that's him with his little hat on. Okay, so there's my carved pumpkin for tonight. I'll put a photograph on of him all lit up later on. So I don't really do a lot of decorating for Halloween, but I do have a couple of little bits and pieces that I like to put up. So I have my little pumpkin lights here, look, that are just battery operated ones. I just love those on the dresser. And then these are my little fabric pumpkins that I made quite a few years ago. So it is actually a lino print that I've embellished, and then I've just kind of pulled it up. Well, you can see I've gathered it, stuck a little bit of driftwood in the top there, and a bit of curly paper wire. So it's kind of a pumpkin, but not a pumpkin. And I've got, I made some other ones as well, some little ones. So they go in my bowl here. These aren't printed, these have just been stitched at the bottom there. So you can just see they're just running stitch in those, and they've been gathered up, and again they've got a bit of driftwood in the top and this lovely curly wire. I've got a few little jack-o'-lantern shapes that I have round and about, and then mainly it's just these little pumpkins that I made. Oh, and the witch's boot, look, I made that when Kate was probably about 2 and she's 25 now. So this was an early piece of my textile art. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of what I have. I have some more upstairs. I'll take you up there now. So I thought I'd show you where I put my carved pumpkin. So I've got this very old, well, I say very old, I don't know how old it is. I bought it at an auction, but it's one of those old stools that we used to use in science, I think, probably. And usually, as you saw, I have a plant sat up on there. But tonight, that's where my pumpkin goes. So I'm just going to unclip you. Excuse my fingers in the way. So that's where he sits. So it's kind of next to our television. And you can see I've got a little, I've had that since the children were little as well. And then along here, I have another of my lino printed ones. So you can see there's the print. Probably a little bit more pumpkin colours, isn't it, that one? And again, there's another one just on there. So if you do, if you're going to a Halloween party, I don't know, if you carve pumpkins, if you enjoy a little bit of Halloween fun, then I hope you have a good night.